Hello and welcome to Abby's Coaching House, your home of transformation. This is the space where we challenge ourselves to grow from ordinary to extraordinary persons. We endeavor to grow into the best versions of ourselves. My name is Coach Blessed Abby. Today I come to you with a question. Are you pain-driven or pleasure-driven? Tony Robbins in his book, Awaken the Giant, says, human beings are not random creatures. We don't just wake up and do things. We sit down, process them, and decide this is why I'm going to do. And believe me or not, the reason we do or not do what we don't do is because we are either looking for pleasure or avoiding pain. Recently, I've been doing a gym consistency challenge. I've been posting in the YouTube shorts my exercises at the gym. And sometimes these exercises are very, very challenging. 3 days ago, I did these exercises that my instructor, of course, instructed me to do, and they were very challenging. The pain that I felt after that was unbearable. It was unbearable going up the staircases. And somebody asked me, are you going to wake up and go to that gym tomorrow? I think you need to rest. And I said, no, I'm not going to rest. Tomorrow I will actually wake up very early in the morning and go. Is it because of the money I've paid? No. Why then would I go back tomorrow and endure the same pain? It's because I've associated going to the gym with a certain form of pleasure. I have this picture on my vision board that I look at, a picture of the image I want to be like or even close to at the end of my exercise journey. I want to have a vibrant old age. I've shared here before that I envision myself playing with my grandchildren, not just sitting down there and them saying, hi grandma, and I can't even raise my body, I can't even walk with them. I want to be able to play with them. And so that image in my mind drives me to want to do this again and again. And so I remember like this morning, I'm lying down on the floor and I've been given this new exercise and it's such a challenge, and I feel like telling the instructor, please, can't I just do something else? But when I'm lying there, I close my eyes. I remember that image on my vision board. I remembered why I'm doing what I'm doing, and I just pushed myself to do it. I told myself, I am not a quitter, I must win this, I must do this. And so I kept affirming, I am a winner, I can do this. On and on I went, and I was able to complete this. Someone else is struggling to do the same exercises. They go to the gym, enroll even for the whole year, but they don't go. Why? Because they feel some pain. And so every morning when they wake up, they associate going to the gym with a form of pain which they're not willing to endure. The question is, are you willing to give up the current pain, which could also translate into giving up a future pleasure? For example, if you're struggling to read, you don't even touch a book. What pain are you associating this to? Do you feel like you don't have time? Are you feeling like you'll have pain taking off some time off your schedule to read a book? They say that readers make leaders. So what kind of leader would you envision to be if you don't read? Vis-a-vis the reader that you envision to be when you read. So when you put these two pictures together, you begin to see that this is the choice I want to make, an informed choice, because I either want to avoid this pain or to go for this pleasure, because really all that we do is because we are either running away from pain or we are going towards a certain form of pleasure. When we wake up in the morning to go to work, it's because we are associating our going to work with a certain form of pleasure. We are looking at the money we are going to get at the end of the month. We are looking at the things we are going to be able to afford. We are also running away from a certain pain. Maybe you have this loan that you need to pay and you're thinking, if I don't go to work, where will I get that money? So sometimes you wake up, you don't really feel like stepping out of that house, but you will. Why? Because there's a pain you're avoiding or a pleasure you're moving towards. So ask yourself, that thing that you're avoiding to do, that thing that you are procrastinating, what pain have you associated it with? Think about the things that you have said to yourself, I will never ever do this. In my case, I remember when I was a very young girl, we lost a very good teacher, a Swahili teacher, and he died out of lung cancer. And I remember myself, in grade 4, hearing grown-ups say that if this man would have listened to the doctors, he would be alive today, because the doctors had told him to quit smoking and drinking, but he couldn't. He had an addiction. He was addicted to drinking. He was addicted to smoking. And so as a child, this is the first time I really got close to death, a death that I felt it was so painful. I didn't know about death before. And as a child, as I looked at people mourning, the daughters especially were so much affected. They were fainting at the burial. They were crying in so much pain. And I thought to myself, then drinking must be a very bad thing. Smoking must be a horrible thing. And that record, it created a belief in me that I've held to this day. When somebody is smoking near me, I don't like it. I feel that this is so disgusting. I just want to get out of that place. Whatever you're avoiding, whatever you're doing, what pleasure or what pain have you associated it to? The diet plan that you have, if you're this person who eats impulsively, what pleasure are you associating this full plate of food to? Is that moment of pleasure that sometimes we go for that makes us sometimes forget the pain that this current pleasure could lead to? Like if I'm the person who loves overeating and then tomorrow I have this unhealthy body and the doctor says, don't take sugar, don't take this, don't take that, I won't like it because I'm used to it. It would be, I've already formed a form of addiction and I would definitely struggle to leave these things. But if I have trained myself early enough and told myself, I'm not going to eat this, I'm not going to eat that, not because I'm being forced to, but I've associated it with some form of either pain or pleasure, then I will willingly let go or do the right thing that I need to do. So I want to give you a challenge, an assignment. Take your book, take your pen. Take this one page. On this one page, write this one thing, one goal that you really, really want to do. A goal that you want to achieve, that you have been procrastinating. You have not done this. Maybe you need to start reading, you have not started. Maybe you need to start exercising, you have not exercised. Maybe you need to enroll for a certain course or even a coaching program, a wellness program that you have not done so. Ask yourself, what pain am I associating this action with? Write all of them down. Then come to the next page and ask yourself, what pleasure do I think I will derive from doing this one thing? For example, exercising will make you feel confident, will make you feel like you're in control of your life. Leaving that plate of food, when you walk into that kitchen or that hotel and you see a full bowl of potato chips and you say no to it, at the end of the day, it gives you so much pleasure knowing that I've been able to say no to that. But when you have eaten it, it gives you the pain of thinking, really? Why can't I ever stop doing this? So take that exercise and remember to make the pain so painful that you never want that pain again. And the pleasure so pleasurable that you just want to run towards it. And I believe by doing that, you'll be able to do this one thing or these many things that you have wanted to do. Maybe it's spending time with your children. You're not creating time to spend quality time with your children. Ask yourself, if I don't do it now, if spending time with them makes me feel like I'm going to lose time in my work, and that is the pain you are associating it to, ask yourself, what pleasure can I derive from spending time with my children now and in future? That close relationship, that bond that you create with your children is something so priceless that you want to go for at the end of the day. So my question to you is, again, what drives you? And at this point, I just want to ask you, please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe. I promise you, it's not going to cause any form of pain. It's actually going to give you pleasure. And it will also give me pleasure because I find pleasure in reaching as many people in the world with this message of transformation. And by you clicking the subscribe button, you have just given me a way to get to so many people in the world. Please remember to leave a thumbs up to this video and share it with someone else who may need it. Maybe somebody out there is procrastinating something they really need to do, something they should have done a long time ago. Let them learn that, is it pain or is it pleasure? Are they running away from pain or are they running towards pleasure? Pain-driven people are the kind of people who will wait for a certain pain. I remember in my own case, for me to go for coaching programs, I had procrastinated it for a very long time. By the time I was going there, I remember telling my coach, I just don't know how to be happy. Please tell me, how can I be happy? Why? I had done this procrastination for a very long time. I waited for pain to drive me to do this coaching program. Are you that kind of person? I challenge you. Be a pleasure-driven person. Run towards pleasure early enough before pain drives you to do it by force or it becomes something you must do. We have said before that if you don't do what is important now, some things are important but not urgent now. But then in future, when you avoid them now, they become both urgent and important. And that time you rush to do them, you run, and sometimes it's not very pleasant. So be a pleasure-driven person. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you for being here. Till another life-transforming video. Bye and God bless you.